How you doing? Dr. Paul Dyer here for Weekly Wednesday. Today's topic is knowing the trail you're on. Knowing the trail. So, remember, podcast, weekly. You can always catch me here on iHeart and iTunes Radio. Get some commercials out of the way. Bridges live every Monday at 8 p.m. You catch me on Instagram and Facebook Live. You can always catch the replay and also on my YouTube channel. But let's get back to the trail you're on. So when we wake up, how do we define ourselves that day? We get jumped into a routine. We get jumped into the acclimation of the day. Acclimate used to be a military term, right? Or you used a lot. Learn how to acclimate and adapt, then overcome. Well, I think in the living sciences, I think if we use the word acclimate, adapt, and overcome, if we use those words in living sciences, I don't think they fit. Now, here's why. And if you know why, please share. But here's why. Whatever you think is why, please share. You can always contact me at drpaul@holisticsciences.com. Share your comments. Here's why I don't think they fit. It takes you away from who you are. It never adds the components of yourself and what you are or are not. So the path you're on. Let's talk about that path. Each day, each moment, each breath, we know that action, energy, presence, motion is developed by a process of thoughts that produces chemical responses that moves the body. But if you have no intentional action, then you not only not know what path you're on, then you would have to perform adaptation and trying to overcome because you have removed yourself from the equation. So for you to have an intentional path, intentional act of what your day is going to be like, what I am pausing myself because I can hear the screams at the podcast saying, you cannot predict what's going to happen to you that day. You cannot justify and I'm like, well, here's the thing. I don't know if I want to justify anything that's going to happen to me that day. But I am going to be able to be prepared for my emotional response. Emotional reaction training is the awareness of knowing yourself. It's the action of knowing who you are no matter what situation or what comes at you that day. Or also, it doesn't take you from your intentional path. So I want to my intention is to complete a particular task I set in front of me. But in that task that I have set in front of me in my day, moving about, something happens, rain falls, anything, pick anything. And you say, well, Dr. Paul, you didn't complete your task. But my intentions are not depleted because of the incident or the action. It is not a negative. It is not a negative of because of what didn't happen. So it is not a blame or a process. It is just a continuing, well, Dr. Paul, you just sound like you are pacifying that you didn't complete your task. No, I'm not. And this is the argument I know people have with themselves about intentional action direction of path of yourself. So just slow your roll a little bit. Slow your concept down a little bit. You are the most important. And in that importance, it's not about regrets or forgiveness at this time. We've talked about that before. But I am going to tell you this. And I've said this before, and I don't want to ever say a podcast that doesn't have it in it. Intentional action takes some work. Not about what you're completing, not about what you think you are going to continue to do, but about who you are and where you want and where you are going. That's important. Please understand that importance. Please understand that these things are important. So know the path you're on, know the direction you're taking by intentional thoughts, intentional feelings, intentional response. Signing off, I'm Dr. Paul. Enjoy your podcast Weekly Wednesday, and I love you all. Thank you.